Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to the weekly Outside Views report on German politics. The federal government has promised Ukraine further arms deliveries worth 2.7 billion euros ahead of the visit to Germany by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Saturday. Among other things, 20 more Marder armored personnel carriers, 30 Leopard 1 tanks, and 4 Iris-T SLM anti-aircraft systems are to be provided by the German armaments industry, as the Ministry of Defense announced on Saturday in Berlin. In addition, the Ukrainian armed forces will receive 18 wheeled howitzers, ammunition for artillery and air defense systems, more than 100 armored combat vehicles, and over 200 reconnaissance drones. Some weapon deliveries from the package have been planned for a long time, though. Zelensky came to Germany last weekend to accept the Charlemagne Prize for services to European unity in Aachen and to visit Chancellor Olaf Scholz and President Frank-Walter Steinmeier in Berlin. He first arrived in Italy on Saturday to meet Pope Francis and Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. In a keynote address to the EU Parliament in Strasbourg on Tuesday, Scholz assured Ukraine of continued support for the defense against Russian attackers. "Let's remain steadfast in our support for Ukraine for as long as it takes," he said. And German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius confirmed this on Saturday when the new weapons package was announced. "With this valuable contribution of urgently needed military material, we are showing once again that Germany is serious about its support," that was said in a statement. Everyone wished for an early end to Russia's terrible and illegal war against the Ukrainian people. Unfortunately, this is not yet foreseeable. Therefore, Germany will provide all the help it can, as long as it takes. According to its own statements, the federal government has already approved weapons and military equipment worth 2.75 billion euros for Ukraine since the Russian attack on Ukraine happened. And there is also other material that does not require approval. Pistorius said last Thursday during a visit to the troops that military aid totaled just over 4 billion euros. Now weapons and equipment worth another 2.7 billion euros are added. However, obviously not all commitments listed by the Department of Defense are brand new. A list published on the internet by the federal government on April 26th of the planned deliveries of weapons already contained 18 wheeled howitzers, for example. 108 reconnaissance drones and 2 other Iris-T SLM air defense systems are also on the list. The federal government already approved the export of the Leopard 1A5 tanks in February. And during a visit to Kiev, Pistorius announced the delivery of more than 100 copies from Germany and other countries by mid-2024. The Leopard 1 is the first main battle tank built for the German army after World War II. 4,700 of those were produced from 1965 to the mid-1980s. The Bundeswehr retired its last Leopard 1 20 years ago. Of the more modern Leopard 2 A6 tanks, Ukraine received 18 from Germany at the end of March. The Iris-T SLM air defense system is one of the most valuable military weapons that Germany has already supplied to Ukraine. So far, 2 of the systems developed by the Diehl Armaments Company and other partners have been delivered, which can defend entire cities against attacks from the air. Pistorius called his Ukrainian colleague Oleksiy Reznikov on Friday to discuss further arms deliveries. Reznikov then wrote on Twitter that the conversation had been fruitful. "I thank Germany for its continued support of Ukraine and its commitment to cooperation," he wrote. On Saturday, on the sidelines of the meeting with his EU colleagues in Sweden, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba called for the arms deliveries to be speeded up. "Ukraine always needs everything as soon as possible," he said. "It would be appreciated if everything was done to expedite deliveries." The German population is divided on the issue of arms deliveries, though. In a survey by the opinion research institute YouGov on behalf of the German press agency, 39% said that too many weapons and other armaments have already been delivered to Ukraine. 28% agree with the amount so far, and 17% believe that Ukraine needs even more military support. So against is still not a majority. In the case of the currently controversial delivery of fighter jets of Western design, however, the rejection prevails. 49% are against, only 31% in favor. Ukraine wants American F-16 aircraft, which the Bundeswehr doesn't have anyway. However, the Ukrainian government hopes that Germany, as one of the most powerful NATO countries, will support its demand. And Scholz has so far rejected the delivery of Western-style fighter jets as not sensible. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.